Haven't heard that one in a while, have we? I mean, we kind of have, but... Hi, how's it going? My name's Connery. How are you doing today? Why am I talking like this? Bro, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that we got Skirked. We got our Skirk on yesterday. Yesterday, after ending stream, my voice was shredded, and I'm not really sure why. So, today, I didn't talk a whole lot to try to save my voice for stream, and for some reason, it made my voice even worse. Great, but at least today isn't going to be an Aranara or Narzi's or Golden Slumber or Nazistenkreuz level quest where I have to voice everything. So that will be nice. Totally not from the screaming for Skirk. Abyssal, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Also, that is questionable, and Benji, thank you for the off-stream follows as well, the offline follows. All the way up at 983. I have a small question because I'm working on a small project. Remember how a bit ago I said that you know, it makes sense because we're supposed to continue exploring around, and there's tons of story quests and side quests and world quests and stuff to do in the region, which is why it makes sense why we don't have end credit sequences for every region. However, that'd be kind of cool if like there was an official end credit sequence, like a beautiful, you know, like Marvel Endgame end credits sequence. That'd be kind of a neat thing. Right? That'd be kind of neat if something like that happened. And basically because the game hasn't given us that, it'd be kind of neat if a streamer, or content creator, YouTuber made something similar to that to fill that void. But I'm having trouble finding autographs from the VAs, so I would like to request your help. I'll be posting in the Discord the names that I need. If anyone can find the autographs, the signatures, I've on like 1000% serious. I went on Twitter and I reached out to the VAs and I was just like, hey, do you have a picture of your signature? I'm not expecting a response back. I'm sure they get deluged with tons of bot stuff. DMs all the time. I turned off my DMs, receiving DMs. However, now I'm going to be checking back every now and then to see if I got a response, but not expecting anything. And so the final product may be without the autographs, without the signatures. However, I'm very excited to get working on that. That's what I was working on last night, actually. Okay, right now, right here, show them. We have Skirky quest. I didn't even grab my daily commissions, did I? My daily commissions. There we go. I have enough. Had just enough to make 3. Someone gonna be an anime exo. I'm zooming in game, even though I'm actually I'm just zooming in the chat. Hello, Soft, Spontaneous, Tim, Jibrilia, thank you, hello. Marceline, what's going on, what up? Yelsa, Mufink, hello. What is going on, Luna? Hola, hola. I really like that animation where she just climbs into a portal because she got bored with us, apparently. How long do you think she was in that portal? Even though it was like a half second for us, she was in there for like a couple days. She's just like, I'm taking a vacation. I'm gonna go to a different reality for a second. What is up, Yuri? What up? What up? Hello, Lone Wolf. Hello. There was screaming, there was barking, there was drumming on the desk. Oh, I want to get friendship 6 with Skirk. Read her story in her voice line. Oh. Okay, yes, I know. Okay. She's so loud. Okay, I need to redeem these. Boop. Add.
Thank you for
ass and applesauce. I will. I don't think there was any other housekeeping besides just teasing the project that I'm working on, which has been a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've done an edited video. And I've always been a fan of making like trailer content. Like trailer content and odd, weird stuff like that. Trailers and end credits and beautiful things like that. Skirk is resting at 11,000 HP and 900 attack. These are definitely not going to be the artifacts that stay with her, but these are the best ones that I had right now for her. Where is the finale of Deep Gallery's domain? I don't have that discovered. Is that a Natlan one that I just haven't discovered yet? Collective. Oh, at the shit. And also her ascension material is also in the volcano as well. So her ascension material is in and around the volcano. And then, excuse me. This is a boss this is a world boss I haven't discovered yet either. Oop. So maybe we can head towards that at some point. I do want to fight with her a little bit. Are there some random Fatui who would be okay getting myrtleized? Oh, I could farm on the new endgame. Oh, that's true. Very true.
Take it easy.
Here comes trouble. Doo 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 doo.
Strike a pop. By ordinance divine. My will embodied.
Holy crap. She's hitting for that hard at level 40 with 900 attack? What the frick? I just realized that oh, maybe I want healing Farina since Skirk is so weak right now. So in her Knockstrike, I kind of understand. You can absorb these void rifts by flying through them in that version of the skill, or by hold attacking. No, it's not hold attack. Maybe it's hold attacking when I'm in that state. Yeah, there we go. It's hold attacking when I'm in Serpent's spine or whatever.
Quietly now.
What you doing down there? I would need to go back and re-remember how to, like, what her void wards, void rifts, and that kind of stuff, and what her state, the hold skill versus the tap skill, so I can really master this character, because this is going to be a very fun character to play. Oh, don't kill those things. Anyways. For now, though, tap E, charge attack, and Q eats up the rifts. And the rifts you only get from frozen reactions. Charge skill when 3 voids are on field, then burst. She's got a Kokomi tail.
Mine to wield.
Anyways, okay. Oh, not only freeze? Oh, cryo reactions that aren't melt. What other cryo reactions are there besides freeze and melt? And crystallized shields. Oh, superconduct. I always forget about superconduct. Frozen superconduct cryo crystallize. Huh. 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 I'm not sure why I'm making that noise. Also, the reason and you guys were made sure to tell me that she only wants double cryo, double hydro. But it's because of her. It's because of her ascension passive. Increases skill level by 1, and the only reason I noticed that honestly was because I was like, wait, Shenhe doesn't have a constellation. Why is her skill being raised up to 7? And it was because of Skirk. Quests. Skirk. Yes, accept quest. Sinister undercurrent. Forking mode. Look for Baizhu at Bubu Pharmacy. We're going to clear the hell down there? Huh. We're going to clear the hell down there. Kiwoo has one of hers, though. Oh, Child also has that same passive? He boosts normal attack. Huh. Interesting. Oh shoot, I missed dialogue by activating focus mode? That's lame. What the hell, Genshin? Kirar XD has a, Oh, Chongyin's here too. Oh, did he give her his popsicle so she could cool her mouth down from all of Xiangling's spices? Oh, cold dishes, indeed. I don't think I've even made or possess one of Chongyin's signatures. When you put it like that, thanks to his condition, Chongyin can't handle hot or spicy foods either. Oh, Iroi and Ito, why them? But he's met me. I'm a supernatural creature. Define harm. Those are the kind of supernatural creatures you're thinking of. He also ate snacks in front of a Kid. Wow, that sounds so stupid, phrasing it like that. He ate snacks in front of a kid. What a monster.
イオロイさんも優しいよ。ただ鎮守の森を通るたびにしつこくかくれんぼに誘われるけどね。
僕が本で読んだ話とは全然違う。
本に書いてあることなんて本気にしちゃダメだよ。私の読んだ本にはリーユエ人はみんな剣に乗って空を飛べるって書いてあったよ。
Alright, fair enough, Kirara.
さてと、じゃあもう少ししたら一緒に船に乗って二人に会いに行こう。私のおばあちゃんにも会わせてあげる。
わかった。すぐに準備するよ。そうだ。妖魔を記録する冊子も持っていかないと。
What is your yokai booklet? What does that even mean? He's like, I gotta bring my Pokedex. Okay, basically the traveler was feeling weird and Paimon said to go to Bubu Pharmacy. That's weird that just switching to focus mode would make me miss stuff. But anyway, I kind of don't want to bring Skirk along to Skirk's quest because she's so low level right now. Wow, excuse me. Sorry about that. Umbrella Warfare, I guess. I mean, I guess. In Nahan, they surf on surfboards and ride guns through the sky. Yeah. Man, Liyue still just feels like home. It's like every time you come back to Liyue, it's just... Where this game captured my heart. My heart!
Oh, Baizhu isn't in his shop.
Oh, you're looking for Dr. Baizhu. He's resting today, but he said to send any patients to the back room.
The back rooms?
Ah, okay. Thanks. We'll head on through.
He said to send all the visitors to the back rooms. Good sentence. Looks like we have a special guest.
Traveler, Paimon, welcome. What can I do for you?
It's the Traveler. He looks absolutely beat these days. He has these huge dark circles around his eyes, like he hasn't slept a wink. And he keeps spacing out. You have to call his name several times before he snaps out of it. What do you think it is? Is he sick?
Oh, he's currently prone to sickness. I find this surprising. It could be.
Very peculiar. In all the time we've been acquainted, this is the first time you've come to me with a health complaint. Come, let me take a look at you.
Okay, Paimon does not like that expression, Baizhu. It's not serious, is it?
Complexion is good, eyes are clear, breathing is steady, pulse is strong.
Oh, well, thanks.
Physically, you appear to be in good condition, Traveler. In theory, your energy level should reflect that. You should be feeling right as rain.
And that I feel like something is off.
Hence my concern. A clean bill of health is usually a good thing, but in this case, it likely means your situation is more complicated. Physical illnesses come with detectable symptoms that can be used to diagnose, medicate, and cure the condition. But afflictions of a non-physical nature, they fall outside a doctor's realm of expertise.
Huh? What do you mean, non-physical nature?
Curses, dark magic, it's hard to say. It could just as easily be a simple case of mental fatigue. Why don't you rest here for a bit? Whatever it is we're dealing with, Clues to your condition are sure to reveal themselves in time. Once we know the root cause, we can administer the right treatment.
I've seen my fair share of mental afflictions. To start with, some calming incense, a good night's sleep, and a good meal will do you a world of good.
In the meantime, Changsheng and I will review the relevant literature for afflictions that present with mental fatigue.
We're still not experts on this kind of thing. I say, we should strongly consider calling in a specialist as soon as possible.
Oh, must be a rare condition if not even Baizhu and Changsheng have seen it before.
Indeed.
Well, all we can do is take their advice. You look like you're about to collapse anyway. Just get some rest. Paimon will be right here by your side. Fingers crossed you'll be all better when you wake up.
Thanks, Paimon. Whispers betwixt stars and night. I cried in this room once. Hello. Hello, the Abyss. Where am I? There's a thick fog covering my field of vision. This feels more real than a dream, but too chilling to be real life. My breath freezes in my throat before I can even exhale it. It feels like my soul has been wrenched from my body and thrust into this strange and unfamiliar space. Whichever direction I look in, there's no end in sight. And worse than that, I think there's something in the fog, following me, like a shadow. If this is a dream, how long till I wake up? And if it's not, then where in the world am I? Oh, hello. What? Something just pierced through the fog and stabbed me in the back. But there's no blood. Hello? There's a strange light coming from the wound, and I see this familiar-looking spike retreating back into the darkness. Deep inside, it feels like a part of me is missing, and now another wave of fatigue is washing over me. Oh, did you hear that rockin' music?
Traveler! Traveler! Rise and shine! Time to wake up!
Ugh.
For once, you're making Paimon look like an early riser. It's already afternoon.
Oh, jeez.
Hopefully all that sleep did you some good. Feeling any better?
Paimon, I need you to check if there's a cut on my back.
A cut? What? Did you scratch yourself in your sleep?
Let's go with that.
All right, let Paimon take a look. Nope, nothing there. Wait, did you have a nightmare?
Something like that.
Okay, don't panic. Paimon heard that dreams tell us what we need by showing us the opposite. So, if you had a nightmare, maybe all you need is something to cheer you up. Come on, Paimon will treat you to something yummy.
Weird, 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 weird. You and Paimon head to Wanmin restaurant. Sensing that something isn't right, Paimon orders a bunch of dishes to cheer you up.
What? So, in this dream, you were trapped in a weird place with thick fog everywhere, and then a spike came out of nowhere and stabbed you in the back?
Pretty normal, I mean.
Oh. Okay, well, that's a new one. Are you sure it was a dream? Because from the way you describe it, it sounds like you were really there. But then again, you woke up right where you went to bed. And you were definitely in a deep sleep this morning.
I don't know what to make of it either. Maybe it was just a very lifelike dream?
Then it's decided. Paimon will stay up and watch over you tonight. If anyone tries to mess with you, Paimon will beat him up.
What element do you think Paimon is?
Or, first, and then we can beat him up together.
What do you think her crit value is? Paimon's smile has a way of putting me at ease. But what I saw is still bothering me. That dream was so chilling, and it almost feels like there's something watching me from some corner of the world, even now. Something stabbed me in my dream, but when I woke up, there was no wound. Still, if I focus on that area, I feel a vague aching. Almost as if deep underneath the flesh, something is. Or alternate dimension ether got stabbed, and this dimension ether is feeling the effects of one of his alternates.
Something is missing.
It sounded like Arle.
Did you just say something?
You heard that too, huh?
The flesh remains whole, but the soul is incomplete. Left unresolved, the mind will wither away along with it.
Ah! What the? Wait! Paimon remembers you! Your child's master! Skirk?
Yes, Skirk. Skirk, hello. Your student's up in the Golden House still pacing back and forth waiting for me to come kick his ass.
Right! What are you doing here? The last time we saw you was at the Primordial Sea in Fontaine, right? But then we left and never learned where you went after that.
We also got very few answers about who she is, who she works with, why she's Child's master. We got very few. She's a very enigmatic character at this point in the game.
Child's been looking everywhere for you, by the way. What brings you to Wanmin Restaurant of all places? You came here looking for us? And were you the one behind that hocus pocus just now?
Tell me, what is it that you saw? Tight-lipped, huh? I suppose that's fair.
The realm almost looked like the Night Kingdom in a way.
You. I'll take a glass of wine.
Of course you will.
Oh, of course. Coming right up.
Try something new at the Wanmin.
We make this one in-house. It's not too strong. Enjoy.
Chef Mao, I'll take a grilled tigerfish over here.
Coming right up. Ah, if I knew we'd be this busy, I wouldn't have approved Shenhe's vacation.
Shenhe's vacation.
At the end of the day, what happens to you is of little consequence to me. I'm not here to try and win you over. Trust me or not, the choice is yours. If you want my help, now's the time to speak up. You have until I finish my drink.
Why are you here?
I was investigating an abyssal disturbance in the area and happened to notice you. Part of your soul is damaged, and the wound bears traces of abyssal corrosion. Need I say more?
Neither of those things sound good.
Skirk seems to know something, and given what I've seen of her strength, I bet you can tell what happened to me. I don't know what her goal is, but in this moment at least, I don't think she has bad intentions.
Well, should we trust her?
What do you think?
She mentioned an abyssal disturbance. Maybe that has something to do with what's going on with you. But we could always find a different expert on the abyss to help us out.
Not on short notice. What other experts on the abyss can we contact?
Yeah, and that thing she said about your soul being damaged is scaring, Paimon. Definitely something we should fix sooner rather than later. Skirk's an interesting one, that's for sure. But from what Child's told us, she doesn't seem evil, at least.
No, but she's a hard ass. Oh, Dane maybe. Or we can see thought. Oh, yeah, probably Natlan people.
1, 2, 7, 10. That'll do. Well, have you made up your mind?
What I saw was a dark space shrouded in a dense fog that wouldn't disperse. You give Skirk a brief description of your dream.
So that's all we know, Miss Skirk. Ma'am, can you help us?
So, you can disperse the fog. I understand. Come find me in the Guili Plains when you're done here. Oh, and I left cash for the drink on the table. Settle the bill for me, will you?
Sure, dude.
Oh, okay. Huh? She disappeared.
She Batmaned. You and Paimon quickly finish your meal and go settle the bill.
Wait, hold on. You overpaid. Here's your change.
Oh, no. This includes the drink, so it should be the right amount.
I didn't think you two ordered a drink.
We didn't. It was that lady who came and sat with us, remember? You brought it out to her yourself.
Sus.
You sure?
Sus.
I could have sworn there were only 2 of you at that table.
Oh, we get. Do you think that's what's going on?
What?
What'd you put in their dish, Chef Mao? Some kind of hallucinogenic mushroom? You got them seeing things.
Seeing things? Wait, so neither of you noticed her? Young lady? About this tall? Wearing a purple dress? She ordered a glass of wine.
Oh, now you mention it, that vaguely rings a bell. And it looks like I did open the wine jar, so it must have just slipped my mind. In any case, that settles your bill. Come again soon.
Chef Mao, check please.
Coming!
Okay, what was going on there? It's like they didn't remember Skirk being there at all. Even Paimon was half convinced we hallucinated the whole thing. But that Mora she left for us was definitely real.
Or was it?
Oh, this whole situation is giving Paimon the creeps. But anyway, she told us to head to the Guili Plains, right? Let's not keep her waiting.
Weird. We still know so little of her. So little about her. Time to get freaky. Right there. So who are you and what are you, Skirk? How about we just start with point blank questions, Skirk? What are you? Oh boy.
Whoa, what are all these rift hounds doing here? Huh, looks like they're collecting something. Oh, let's go check it out.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Things are about to get dicey.
Let the world come alive!
There we go. There's that.
Hey there! So, this is what they were collecting. It looks kind of like...
God remains. What the?
Yeah. What is going on here?
From the moment they are born, all beings with great power have an impact on this world. Even if their body is sundered and their soul extinguished, their influence remains. Gods are the most common example of that. The remnants of gods who fell thousands of years ago remain buried deep within the earth, carrying within them a warped will and a dark curse. Together, these remnants form what you call God remains, and it appears that some of those sealed here were dug up and removed. There are traces left, but they're fading fast.
What are you? Paimon's just poking her? It's like, you have really nice skin, Miss Skirk.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Just wanted to make sure you were, real?
She actually was poking her. She was like, are you a ghost? You ghost? Okay, not ghost.
She's definitely not a ghost traveler. Paimon poked her, and she's solid.
After you left the restaurant, the other diners acted like you were never there.
Your life hangs in the balance, and that's what you're fixated on? Strange set of priorities. It was just a trick to avoid being perceived. If someone notices me, those memories are erased. Simple as that.
Interesting.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it. Now, Can we please get back on track?
We don't even know where she's from either.
Okay. Where were we? Right. The god remains. So basically, there's now less of them here than there used to be, right? Isn't that a good thing? In our experience, god remains are 100% bad news. A lot of terrible things have happened because of them.
Maybe it's a good thing by human standards, but power doesn't come from nothing, and it doesn't just disappear for no reason. The remains aren't just gone. They were taken.
Like part of my soul, perhaps?
Very clever, traveler. You aren't the only one who had something taken from you. There are victims like you everywhere. The only difference being, you can speak, and the remains cannot. So it went unnoticed. Something similar happened in Sumeru. Within the span of one night, countless consecrated beasts were slaughtered, and a large amount of the god remains buried in the desert went missing. Of course, god remains are just one of the targets. The culprit is chipping away at sources of power all over this world, including the Stella Fortuna above.
Stella Fortuna.
Wait, you mean the stars?
42 of them have died out in the past few months alone.
Pardon?
In Conria, people believed that powerful individuals have corresponding Stella Fortuna. Even should that individual fall, their Stella Fortuna would not disappear, but gradually evolve into a new constellation. Yet now, stars are disappearing from the skies entirely, and it's not hard to deduce what's happening to the power they contain. Something has been leeching power from this world like a parasite steals nutrients from a host. And now, it's no longer satisfied with the remains of the dead. It wants you. This time, it only took a fragment of your soul. But next time, there's no telling how far it could go.
Why me? I mean, we're not from here, so that could be one reason.
No one knows. All I know for certain is this. Getting back what you lost will not be easy.
Can't we just ask nicely?
Considering how much power this entity has stolen, it must be a god-level being by now at least. But that's not the real concern. Souls are fragile things, and yours could easily be crushed if you go up against it.
You know, when someone like Skirk, who wasn't it like roughly established that the all-devouring narwhal, she called it her pet, for lack of a better word. When she says that stuff is getting serious, you pay attention.
So you're gonna help us, right?
Her master's pet. Her master's pea?
We're going
Sorry.
to help each other. You are my ticket to uncovering this thing's true identity.
All right.
Well, great! You seem super strong and you know a lot about the Abyss, so Paimon will take it.
Thank you.
Don't get all mushy on me.
Why not?
All I'm doing is helping you get back to normal after a sudden crisis. And I should warn you, getting mixed up with me can have unforeseen consequences. We're on very different journeys. You don't want to be in my debt, trust me. You help me uncover the truth behind this entity, and I'll help you recover what you lost. This is a transaction, that's all. You would do well to remember that. Now, come along.
So casually opens up a rift in space that's thick, once again, like in the Narzisenkreuz quest lines. That you would think that a rift between borders of realms would have a thickness of a 0, but this has a thickness. And so does the sky, where Moika punched a hole in the sky, didn't it? It also had a thickness. It wasn't like separating two realms. Like, I mean, it was, but it wasn't like tearing a hole in space-time.
Yeesh! You'd think she'd be a little friendlier since she's agreed to help us.
Why would you?
But nope, she's just like when we met her in the primordial sea. So cool.
Cryo.
Well, whatever. If that's how it's gonna be, then she doesn't deserve our friendship. What she does deserve is a super embarrassing nickname. Paimon's got it. Frosty the Lavender Melon. Serves that Ice Queen right.
What?
Anyway, the important thing is that we get that piece of your soul back. So, let's follow her and see what sort of plan she's got.
Oh my gosh, that's a cool noise. Wait. Interesting. And cool, holy. Also, it's thick. Why is Yelan dying? Paimon needs better material. Just stole that nickname from Ito.
Whoa, this place is way bigger than Paimon expected. Where are we?
This is where I live. I suppose it's the closest thing I have to a home here.
It's nice. I love what you've done with the place. It seems more like somewhere in the abyss.
It is. I brought you here because time flows differently in this place.
Well, okay. Wait. We went over that before, didn't we? That, the only reason she met Child was because she was involved with the abyss. I've forgotten what our conversation with Novelette and her was.
I don't know how much Ajax has told you, but when he fell into this space, I mentored him for 3 months. In that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world.
Interesting. Also, to my recollection, this is the first time we have Ajax's real name, alternate name. Mentored him for 3 months, and in that time, only 3 days passed in the outside world. I was joking about her hopping into her idle animation, hopping into the portal and coming back out.
Ajax? Oh, right! That's Child's real name! Yeah, Paimon remembers him mentioning something like that. So, a month here is equivalent to 1 day in the outside world? That should mean we're safe from that power-hungry soul snatcher for now, right?
Yes, well, I didn't bring you here just to show you around. In the outside world, the Traveler could be attacked at any moment. But coming here has bought us quite a bit of time. Now, we just need to figure out how to investigate that place you saw. The one full of fog. Both your description and the abyssal disturbance I felt point to that space having some connection to the abyss. It could even be a domain similar to this one. The thief who stole that fragment of your soul is hiding there. But the abyss is a chaotic and turbulent place. If we want to pinpoint their location, we need to see what that space looks like without the fog. Abyssal power can grant a special form of sight. Have you ever wielded abyssal power before?
Not that I'm aware of is a really good thing to say about, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you plan to learn?
Kind of at odds with the abyss. We have a complicated relationship.
That tracks. All the information you have suggests the abyss is something sinister, and that abyssal power is a wild and dangerous force that always spells disaster.
And you're saying that's not true?
Depends on your perspective. Floods and hurricanes take countless lives too. But if one day you gain the power to control them, what was once a calamity is now just another tool in your arsenal.
Interesting thought on that, huh?
I'll respect your opinion, though. Just means we have to turn to the second best option.
Which is?
Oh,
hey!
This crystal that contains my power. Wear it on your head, and we'll be able to perform dream mirroring when we fall asleep.
That looks like the thing that shanked me.
Dream mirroring?
It means experiencing whatever the other person is dreaming. Everything they see, think, and feel. Since you haven't studied the art of using abyssal power and have no plans to jump in the deep end right now, I'll have to do the investigating for you. With dream mirroring, every time you slip into a deep sleep, I'll see with my own eyes whatever scene plays out in your mind. Then, I can guide you through the dream environment, and we'll take back what was stolen from you.
Huh. You make it sound so simple.
To her, it probably is. This is just another one of her abilities. Like, to her, it probably is. She's the one who trained. So, in 3 months, she trained. Like, how much of a child's skill came from her in just those 3 months that she trained him? That's wild. So all I need to do is wait. Is there anything you need me to do?
Tough to say. This is an unprecedented situation for both of us. Even assuming we do manage to find where this entity is hiding, like I said, getting your soul fragment back won't be easy. To play it safe, I need to give you some special training first.
Wait, you're gonna teach him some of your martial arts? Does that mean the next time we see Child, we have to treat him like our senior?
Do as you want. For my part, I don't see you as my disciples. You're already a pretty good fighter. All I'm planning to do is build on your current skills and train you for the specific scenarios that I think we might face. But that's enough talk. If you're ready to do this, then come with me. Time might be more lenient here, but that's no excuse to waste it.
Oh, she moves fast. Paimon can hardly keep up with her. So, special training, huh? Kind of a rare opportunity. With your skills, there's not a lot of people qualified to train you. The last time something like this happened was probably anti-Raiden Shogun training, right? Oh, feels like a lifetime ago.
Probably.
Skirk seems pretty strong too, though.
Skirk.
Remember how she said that the all-devouring narwhal was just her master's pet? Maybe we really will learn something here.
That'd be a really good thumbnail, to be completely honest. I don't have anything I could put my back against to trick it into removing Ether's model. That's okay. Oh! Hello.
Ready?
Bring it on!
Your training will be split into 3 stages. Testing your blade work, elemental abilities, and reasoning skills.
Oh no, I don't like that last one.
We'll start with blade work. You're no rookie in this area, so I won't bore you with the basics. During your long journey, you've no doubt sparred with a lot of talented sword fighters. Consciously or not, you will have picked up all kinds of techniques from them.
You know, it was during the child fight, way back at the end of the Leo quest, that Ether said for the first time, like, I'm regaining my previous power. Hasn't really been touched on since then.
You bet. There's Kaya, Master Jean, Kuching. Oh, and Kazuha, Ayaka. Yeah, we've met sword masters like you in every nation we've been through. You sparred with a bunch of them too, right? Nice to know it's all gonna come in handy now.
Don't get too smug. In sword fighting, techniques alone are not enough. You need a cohesive system to bring it all together. A style or school of fighting. To use the human body as an analogy, your style is your skeleton, the foundation, the framework. Techniques are the muscles and other flesh attached to the bones. This is where your strength comes from. Improving your sword fighting is like growing that body. If your frame got bigger and taller, but you didn't add any muscle mass, you'd be weak and flimsy. Then again, if you packed on pounds of flesh without a big enough frame to support it, you'd end up bloated and unwieldy.
Understood. What's the next step?
You need to do some introspection. Take a good, hard look at your past experiences and figure out which parts of what you've learned are just techniques and which parts can be used to form your own system of blade work. Only then will you get the full utility out of all your thoughts and observations along the way. Only then will every strike you deliver make perfect sense.
Wait, is that it? Paimon thought you were gonna teach him some cool new moves. Like when you went swoosh and opened a tunnel to another place.
One day, you'll reach a new level of power where you realize that even that's as basic a trick as any other. But right now, our sword styles are so wildly different that teaching you mere techniques is pointless.
Okay, that makes sense.
There are no shortcuts in the pursuit of power. Failure is your best teacher, and rigor is your coursework. That's all I have to say. Time to make a start. Train until you're satisfied with yourself. Now focus. Destroy the crystal columns as swiftly as you can.
I know. Listen to this music, it sounds so cool.
Oh, this is making Paimon's head spin. Hang in there, Traveler!
13 out of 900. As training progresses, your strength improves. I'm in the zone. Limitless power is surging inside. It's surging. Oh! I wasn't staying in the perfect center of that.
Stay calm. Use your head. You have to keep it together.
Stay calm and face your guilt! I missed this one. I missed a spot. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of them. With a dull blade. And a rancor now. Amazing. This is transforming my whole view of sword work. I'm using the same techniques as ever, but now they're having different effects. It's as if I've unlocked a hidden door in my mind, and there's a wellspring of strength on the other side. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing images of my friends I've made into Vat. Theirs are the sword styles and techniques I've come to know.
This one will be frozen.
Whoa!
in time.
Cut to the chase.
Consider a moment of true mastery that you've witnessed in another person and ask yourself, what lies beneath the surface? What's their guiding philosophy? What's their state of mind as they maneuver their weapon? Now take that and practice it right away with speed, skill, and strength, over and over, until your hand is one with your mind. This is the only path to true growth.
Step on up. Dance with the waves.
Oh hey, he's got the blade from his story quest. I see eternity go by in an instant, the autumns of many years from a single leaf. Thus I shall slice this maple in a flash and ask a question of the ages. My sword style, my journey. Supportive, oh my gosh, supportive Paimon. She's got a Yai book.
If you start to tire, empty your mind, but do not stop. Stay in that frame of mind as you keep up the fight. Get rid of all redundant movements. Imagine your sword is an extension of your own body. Wield it just as you wield your arms, hands, and fingers.
'Twas on a deserted, moonlit night that the hero approached the vile dragon's limpid lair. Ring cutter! Feathers fleeting wet, the white heron treads water, a sight without flaw. Master of Inazuma Kamisato art Tachijutsu.
Look at all these throwbacks to all the bros we know. With each slash of my blade, I feel my strength increasing. I don't know if my weapon can contain all this power. I'm in the zone. Limitless power is surging through me. Yeah! You slash and swipe until you've exhausted every ounce of your energy.
Looks like you've made some real progress. That concludes your training session.
Awesome! Paimon knew you could do it!
How do you feel?
Exhausted.
As you should be. Time flies when you're training hard. You've actually been going for several days now with no rest.
Yeah, meanwhile Paimon's had a whole bunch of naps. But you were so focused, she didn't want to interrupt you.
Go get some sleep. I'll be doing the same very soon. Let's hope you see that foggy place in your dream, so I can get this investigation over and done with.
Who does she remind me of, personality-wise? Very just like straight to the point, curt, short.
Sometimes you have to practice a single movement 1 million, maybe 10 million times before the breakthrough moment comes. Nothing in the outside world can help you in this process. The most important thing is to remain patient.
Yes, ma'am. She reminds me, personality-wise, she reminds me of like flashes of Arlecchino, flashes of the Shogun, not the Shogun, flashes of Chiori. Straight to business with this one. We're not far from where we just were, are we? Listen to the music in here. I thought it was eating it for some reason. He put it on the Akasha side of his head. Chill beats to train with Skirk to. What is this place? Have I been pulled back into that place again? But Skirk said the dream mirroring would kick in when I fall asleep. So why am I back here? No, on closer inspection, this isn't the same dream as last time. It's dark and gloomy, but there isn't that chilling fog that made my hair stand on end. Hold on. If dream mirroring is a two-way process, maybe I'm seeing inside her mind while she's exploring mine. If this is her inner world, it's pretty bleak. I can occasionally make out the sound of a flowing stream, but other than that, it's so empty. Hello. Oh, it's so cute. What's that? What a strange-looking creature. Where did it come from? I think it wants me to follow it. Might as well see where it leads. Hello, Not Sealy.
Skirk, why are you skipping classes again? We've talked about this.
'Cause he's a crabby old man, and he's a boring old man. I don't like going to his classes.
Why did that sound like is that Skirk's adult VA but why did that sound like why did baby Skirk sound a little bit like Farina for a second?
Excuse me. You shouldn't talk about your teacher like that. It's very disrespectful.
All right, let's not get into a big fight about this. Skirk's learned what she needs. There's no point forcing her to sit through more classes if she doesn't want to be there. But I'd still love to hear about what you got up to yesterday. Why don't you tell your dad all about it?
I went diving, and I saw this huge fish. I never knew they could get that big. It looked kind of dumb, though, with that stupid big fat head. I tried to shake its fin, but it just spat water at me. Oh, and today, I'm gonna go to that prairie up north. There's supposed to be this giant bird there that can spit fire. I bet if I climbed on its back, it could fly me all the way to the stars.
Then I suppose your old dad should get one as a pet too. Otherwise, how are you gonna hear me call you for dinner up there in the stars?
When it's time to eat, I'll come back on my own, Zilly. Anyway, gotta go. Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
Wait! Put on a coat at least. You'll catch a cold. I'm talking to you, young lady.
So where is she? Where is this? Where is she from?
You spoil that child, you know. Ever since that merchant ship arrived, she practically lives outside. Always going on about exploring the beyond one day, whatever that means.
Ah, let the kid do what makes her happy. Besides, we both know you're all bark and no bite. Come on, our little adventurer is gonna be hungry when she gets back. Let's get started on dinner.
Cute baby Skirk. I'm out. The weather's wonderful today.
The stars shimmer high above. But what lies beyond the stars? Mountains as far as the eye can see? An endless snowy plain? Or maybe buildings taller than the sky, like the people from the merchant ship said? I can't be the only one asking these questions. The universe is fascinating. If only I could meet some other people like me. We could set sail together and explore every corner of the world. I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there, and I'm ready to see them all. But for now, I'm starving. Better get back.
Huh? What's over there? Something's going on? This is such a cool sequence with the text in the sky.
Don't let a single one of them get away!
No, please, spare the children. Stay back.
They're coming!
Run! Help!
Eliminate the threat.
Take them down.
Don't be scared. Help!
This way!
We'll never make it!
Fire. There's fire everywhere. What happened?
I told you we shouldn't have trusted these outsiders.
Outsiders, the merchants from the ship?
Why are you doing this? What did we do to deserve this? We welcomed you with our finest food and drink, showed you the best our home has to offer, gifted you cloth dyed by our own hands. And this is how you treat us?
Run! Save yourselves!
Captain, Zone 3 is clear and we have Zone 2 surrounded.
Begin extermination. Remember the orders from upper command. No one is to be left alive.
Rest assured, sir. We have enough munitions to annihilate these savages and burn their entire civilization to the ground.
Good. The only ones who put up a real fight are that man and his wife, correct? What's their status?
We shot the man in the ankles and the wife broke her wrist attempting to fight back. They won't be doing much more fighting. They're holed up in their home for now, but they won't last long. To prevent them from making some kind of last stand, we're planning to clear out the other zones first so we can send a bigger squadron to surround them.
Well, well. Turns out some of these beasts do know how to use their claws. Now the threat these savages pose will be undeniable. Let them cling to what's left of their lives for a little longer. Once the other zones are cleared, I'll cut off their heads myself.
Nice, fun kids game today. Smells like something's burning. What's going on? Free mobile game, by the way.
Dad? Mom? Skirk, you're all right? Thank heavens.
I'm so happy to see you, sweet girl. But you need to go. It isn't safe here. They'll be back any second.
What happened? You're bleeding a lot, Dad.
This is the place. Alert all units. Prepare to surround.
Run, Skirk! Run as far away as you can. Don't trust anyone. Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive. My clever girl, so curious. You're already so brave. I know you're going to grow up to be such a positive light in this world.
Whenever you miss us, just play this song. Remember, life is a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Break down the door! Look what we have here. A savage that can pluck a tune. Well, the show's over. You! Stop singing! Shut it! I said shut it or I'll make you! Fine. Have it your way.
Damn. What was that? Where was that? When was that? Oof.
You're awake?
I am. You have a lovely singing voice, madam.
I found a few clues while you were asleep, but it's only a start. Now, time for the second stage of your training. This time, the focus is elemental energy. Come find me when you're ready to begin.
I was about to say, just not going to discuss anything that happened just now, but it's obviously a sore spot in her history.
Man, staying in the abyss feels so surreal, don't you think? No day and no night. It's like time hardly exists. If we weren't careful to keep track, it feels like we'd have no idea how long we've even been here. Well, except for the fact that Paimon still gets hungry like clockwork. You go do your training. Paimon's gonna grab a bite.
I think Paimon can go into her mirror dimension in here, or does she have to stay? I'm ready to start.
The way I see it, the pursuit of power is divided into 3 stages. The first is mastering the use of standard weapons. Next is learning how to harness natural energy. And after that, you're free to challenge even higher dimensions. The natural energy of Teyvat is, of course, elemental energy. But that's not my area of expertise. I draw from a different source of power.
A different source of power? That must mean... we must be getting into the reason why she doesn't need energy requirements, why she doesn't need and use elemental energy. She generates her own burst energy.
Abyssal power, yes. Also known as the power of the Void Realm. My master, Sertologi, is a true expert in that area. After all, he was one of the group of 5 that infamously stole the all-encompassing power of the Abyss. An act for which the people of Conria gave them the epithet, the 5 Sinners.
Well, that is quite the paragraph. Hold on. Sertologi, where have we heard that before? And did I know that... Dane and her told us? I'm sorry, I keep forgetting such major things like that.
The elemental energy of Teyvat, on the other hand, is derived from the power of the Light Realm. These 2 forms of energy exist in direct opposition to each other. Suffice to say, there's not much I can teach you this time.
Almost seems related to cryo in some way. There's something familiar about the power you use. It seems related to cryo.
A keen observation, traveler. Call it respecting local norms. The Abyss stands in direct conflict with the will of this world. So, to make my life easier, I disguise my power to make it appear cryo-like in nature. It's a technique I learned from some Conrian ruins, known as the 7 Shifting Serpent. If you ever change your mind about delving into abyssal power, I can teach it to you.
Abyssal power doesn't suit me. I have the ability to purify abyssal power.
So I've heard. You seem to have a knack for removing abyssal power. But is purification really what's going on there? Like I said, power does not simply disappear.
That's something I was wondering in the Natlan quests, the first 4 Natlan acts, that when he absorbs that, where does that go? Like, he can't do that indefinitely, obviously. He has to be absorbing it in some regard. What are you trying to say?
Just thinking out loud. Let's focus on your elemental training. That's what's gonna help us if the situation gets tricky. True growth comes from adversity, but only if you make the choice to pick yourself up again every time you fall. So, it's time to push yourself to the limit, and then keep pushing. This is the only way to advance at pace. Use the power of Animo to clear the field as fast as you can.
That wasn't very fast, Conry.
Windblade.
Hey, come here! I need you! I need your power. There's one down.
Disappear.
Tee.
Observe your surroundings. Look for things you can use to tilt the scales of success in your favor.
Come here. We'll do it again. I can do this all day. Also, this fire not going out is pretty dope. Wait, I can apply Hydra to myself and just walk over with it. That's also doing damage to me. Fun fact.
Windblade.
You train the elemental powers one by one, ending with Hydro. Oh boy.
Use the power of Hydro to destroy the spikes. give them a chance to strike you. You need to be quicker than you were in your dream. You can't afford another injury like that.
Just gonna keep holding on the water jet. Oh, there they are.
Water jet!
Along my journey, I've gained different elemental abilities, but I've never trained them all at once like this.
You need to understand what makes you special. The ability to wield elemental energy without a vision and switch between the elements at will. It means your aspirations need no approval from the gods. Your power is not bound by the rules of this world.
Oh, and then obviously she wouldn't have a vision either. I haven't even inspected her that closely.
So be bold. Do not be afraid to chart your own path.
I hadn't even thought about that she wouldn't have a vision. Graceful as the wind, tough as stone, nimble as lightning, flourishing like foliage. I can feel the power of the elements flowing through me, sometimes as peaceful as a flowing stream, other times surging like a raging river. If I close my eyes, I can almost hear their voices, but it's not like some wild beast battling me for dominion. It's more like saying hello to an old friend. Hydro upgrade.
Very good. It seems you've reached a deeper level of connection with the elements.
C7 Hydro Traveler. How long has it been this time? I'm exhausted.
Long enough for you to lose yourself in your training, which is a good sign. Relentless practice with the elements has drained all your strength, but it's also what allowed you to make progress. Get some rest. When you wake up, we'll proceed to the final stage of your training. If you wish to master the elements at a fundamental level, you must see the entire natural world. Nature in all its places and forms. That is part of what it means to be a traveler.
She was also familiar with the fact that the Gnosis are the remains of the Descenders. What are you? And who are you? And why are you here? The music in here reminds me of Terraria for some reason. This place again. Who are you? Interesting. No response. Strange creature just floated away. What is that thing? What is it doing in Skirk's inner world? And where is it taking me this time? Where we going, little dude?
What is the secret to power?
The foul.
Longing. Hatred. Self-preservation. No. It is fear. The fear of losing those you love. The fear of watching your home burn. Fear of loneliness. Fear of death. Fear is the source of evolution. It forces humanity to adapt to their environment and overcome hardship. It is in the process of prevailing over our fears that we surpassed first ourselves and then the rest of the world. That fear is now part of you. It calls on you to evolve. And it is time to answer.
It hurts. Daddy. Mommy.
Any minute spent missing home is a minute wasted. Practice your sword work instead. Do not make me tell you twice.
But, Master, I can barely lift the sword anymore. If I keep going, I feel like my wrist is going to break.
So it has not broken yet. Then pick up your sword and keep practicing until it breaks. I want to hear the cracking and splintering of bone. After all, bones can always be reset.
God dang. I can't breathe. Everything's gone black.
Good, Skirk. Once again, you survived. How do you feel?
I mean, you don't get to be as powerful as Skirk is overnight.
Cold and pain.
These are signs that you are adapting to the abyss. Each time the flesh is torn and the spirit crushed, each time you claw back from the brink of death, you become stronger. I now understand why these people sought to destroy your homeland. Your potential goes beyond even what I could have anticipated. But you still have much to learn in your pursuit of strength. Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form. Get up, Skirk. Wipe the blood off your face. Cut away the rotten parts of your flesh, and mend what is broken. Then take up your sword.
Yes, Master.
Shit, Skirk. The dream is over, but I can't get that suffocating, oppressive feeling out of my head. I have so many questions about Skirk's past. Where does she come from? What has she been through?
You're up! Hopefully you got some good rest. Skirk said to tell you that she's ready to start the final stage of your training whenever you are. So, want to head over now? Or did you want to wait a little?
I really want answers, but right now it's vital that I complete my training. Once that's done, I'll find a chance to talk to her. Making sure there's nothing hidden in the sky here. It's very beautiful, though.
From your training so far, you have gained a better command of the sword and more control over your elemental abilities.
It's all thanks to your guidance.
That's only part of it. Experience is the real teacher. Your journey, the friends you have made, the dangers you have faced. These have taught you more than I ever could. Now, it's time to focus on how you react under pressure. You must be able to think rationally, even in unpredictable combat situations. To simulate this, I'm going to attack and you're going to block. Ready?
Okay. Give me your worst.
Not bad. That defensive stance looks near unbreakable. Just like your sister. Oh, that reminds me. You still don't know what happened to her, do you?
Dropped our guard.
Hey, no fair! That's cheating!
You think every opponent has the same moral code as you? You can denounce their deplorable methods all you want, but only if you live to tell the tale. The dead don't get to complain.
That line goes hard. The dead don't get to complain.
Strong emotions will always arise in combat. Anxiety, anger, fear. But a true warrior is never at their whim. Only when you are free from the influence of emotion can you make the right choice, no matter the situation.
Are you describing yourself?
How amusing. Almost sounds like you think you know me. But you don't. You can choose your own path. We are not the same. Let's begin. Try to use reason over emotion. Make the most rational and advantageous decision in any given moment. This is your final training session. Look alive. Same drill as before, but this time I'm going to interfere. Hold your focus.
Oh, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh, 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 ooh.
Go! Go!
She's doing her charge attack on me.
Water jet! Go!
Hey, easy. I was standing a bit close to that, but that's okay. It worked out.
Go! Water jet!
Water 15 to 22.
Water jet!
Ow!
Bad. Better than I expected.
Thanks, ma'am. It's not easy to control my emotions. Battle is overwhelming, but if I can just focus all my attention on what my opponent is doing and how I should respond, it's almost like my emotions will take a back seat.
You're getting the hang of it. The first step to controlling your emotions is controlling your mind. You want a unified train of thought. It all comes down to focus.
Focus. Focus on the battle. I think it's working. I can choose to tune out anything that isn't relevant to the battle, but I think I'm still pretty far from having full control over my emotions.
Your mind is rife with distractions. From now on, I shall show no mercy in your training. You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion, crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
Skirk went through this kind of training too, didn't she? How merciless does the training have to be to make someone substitute all emotions for pure reason?
Stop. Let's pause here. One look, and I can tell your mind has wandered. That's to be expected. There's a limit to how long a human being can concentrate on one thing. Staying calm and focused sounds simple in theory, but in practice, it's more demanding than sword work or elemental abilities.
Skirk is right. Now that I've stopped, all the emotions I was suppressing are rushing back to the surface. Pain, exhaustion, frustration, doubt. But exhaustion's the main one. I feel like I could fall asleep on the spot.
Get some rest. No point training further if you're already dead on your feet. Like I said at the beginning, the only goal of this training is for you to reach a point that you're satisfied with. You managed to push past your limits, which is a good start. You can be proud of that and sleep well knowing that you've earned it.
Oh, hey, thanks for the chest, bro. Are you an answer from this world?
Warriors will train day and night to perfect their skills. But when the battle comes, their fate may be decided in a matter of minutes. One mistake, one moment of hesitation, and just like that, all their blood, sweat, and tears were for nothing. You need to push yourself to perfection, or you might not even live to regret it.
She's so emotionless. I mean, obviously, she's an efficient, like, she's got a job to do. Like, she's like, my job right now is to train you. But she's so hollow. Which is probably what the dream sequences are getting at. That, like, all of the personality was trained out of her. That, like, the little kid Skirk that was, like, bright-eyed and excited to explore the world. Looks like I'm back in Skirk's inner world. I don't see that strange creature this time, but I think I can navigate this space on my own now, even without it here to guide me. I don't know how to leave, so I'm stuck here until I wake up. Can't hurt to take a look around while I wait.
Skirk is amazing. She faced down that terrifying giant and cut its head clean off.
Oh, she got hurt though, didn't she? I heard it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, that's a given. But the moment she was on the mend, she got right back to practicing her sword work. I heard Master suffered a grave injury once too. Lost an arm and a leg and still came back stronger than ever. Skirk's becoming more like him by the day.
Incredible. I wonder if I'll ever reach their level. They're always so resolute, so unshakable.
That triggered my sus senses a little bit. I can't access the...
Pathetic. You're not even trying. You're so much weaker than you think.
Skirk, have you become a positive light in this world?
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
I have so many questions. I just want to jump in a spaceship, explore the whole universe, and get answers from the stars. I just need to wait till I'm grown up. Then I can do anything.
In whatever world Skirk is from, spaceships are a thing, or at least an idea.
Now, you must bid farewell to who you were in the past and become someone stronger.
Run! Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Let's see here. First things first, you need a new identity.
Holy shit.
Going around telling people you're from somewhere beyond the stars won't do, now will it? How about saying you hail from beneath the earth instead? As the Conrian saying goes, venturing out into the universe and down into the abyss are the same in that both are braving the dark unknown.
Well, I'm a visitor on this planet, so I'll follow the rules.
Ah, splendid. That saves me quite a bit of trouble. Let me offer you a piece of advice in return, although it might not be what you want to hear. I know the pursuit of strength is important to you, but taking a moment for yourself every once in a while is never a bad idea. Ignore her existence for too long, and there will come a day when you can no longer hear her voice.
Who's her? Like her inner monologue, like the old her that's still inside her somewhere. Like Kid Skirk is still. Hello, Alice. Good to see you again. The dream is over. I can hear the crackling of a fire in the distance, and there's a fragrant aroma in the air. Mmm. Grilled meat.
You're awake!
Oh, hi!
You must be starving, right? Ta-da! A barbecue feast just for you.
I'm a little hungry.
Of course you are. That's why Skirk and Paimon got this all ready for you. Dig in before it gets cold.
So you two, you're best friends now?
Ah, well, if you're around someone long enough, it's bound to happen. Plus, Skirk can cook. So, Paimon decided she can forget the whole Ice Queen thing. Paimon's not one to hold a grudge.
Here's an idea. Let's save the chit-chat until after the meal.
You all dig in and make quick work with the food.
So full. Okay, it's Paimon's turn to sleep now. Wake her up when it's time to go.
I have good news. First, your training is complete. You have what it takes to wield immense power. Now it's just a matter of putting it into practice. Continue to learn from your journey and hone your skills against formidable opponents. Second, I've located the culprit we've been searching for. Next, you just need to retrieve the missing part of your soul, and our business will be concluded.
It was a lot faster than expected. I have so many questions about you, ma'am.
When Ajax trained with me, he once told me he was bursting with questions. So I allowed him to ask me 3 of them before he left. You and I may never meet again, Traveler. So if there's anything you want to ask me, now's your opportunity. Just like Ajax, I'll answer 3 of your questions.
After spending time in Skirk's inner world and witnessing her memories, there's so many questions I could ask. But the most important one is... Are you really from Teyvat?
Okay, not the angle I was expecting. What makes you ask that?
It's pretty clear that she's not, though, but where is she from? I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier, but while we were dream mirroring, I think I saw your memories. This is the first time I've seen Skirk break her composure. Guess this really took her by surprise.
I knew that was a possible side effect. Closed off my mind to you for that exact reason. Even with the dream mirroring, you should have seen nothing but endless darkness.
So Skirk didn't share those memories with me on purpose. And in fact, she tried her best to keep them from me. Wait, speaking of endless darkness, on my first time there, that was all I saw. Until that strange creature appeared.
Whatever. Must have been a flaw in my execution. I shouldn't be too surprised. Due to some recent circumstances, my self-control has been lacking as of late.
She's really hard on herself, you can already tell. Must have been flawed, like, it's my fault. Like, I fucked up. Like an artifact from the insane training that she underwent. I also now am looking at her galactic leggings in a different light. If those two were talking about how they said something very interesting, that like, oh, Master lost an arm and a leg, and Skirk's becoming more like him every day.
Since you've seen what you've seen, there's no reason to hide the truth. All I ask is that you keep it a secret. No, I'm not from Teyvat. I'm from a different planet. And there was a time when I journeyed through the stars. A lot like you in some ways.
Like me? I mean, you're also a descender? I mean, by nature of not being from Teyvat, that would make her a descender, right?
No, we're different in that respect. You're influencing the fate of this world. But me, I'm just passing through. Several hundred years ago, my master, Sertologi, opened the border between worlds and sent me here. But this is not my home. And one day, I'll return to the vast unknown of space. So, there you have it. On to your second question.
What's your goal in coming here?
To become stronger. For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength.
Is the student turning on the teacher?
To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps. Walk the path he once walked. And somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
The student is turning on turning on as if he didn't.
Okay. You have one question remaining.
Skirk's goal is to defeat the Foul? I can hear how serious this is for her. I wonder what those certain reasons could be. But given how quickly she blazed through that answer, I doubt she wants to talk about it. I have one question left. What should I ask?
You make it sound so easy. Ever since the incident I experienced there, I've never stopped searching for Master Skirk and that unknown abyss. But it's been years now, and I've still found nothing.
Maybe I should take this opportunity to get Child some answers.
Well, your last question?
You know Child is looking for you, right? Are you gonna let him see you?
Ajax. His situation is different than yours. Before you ever crossed paths with me, you'd already encountered many formidable people, studied their techniques, and developed your own skill set. So, during your training, all I had to do was build upon that foundation. But Ajax was so young when he came to me. A complete blank canvas.
You know, it is, we've talked about it before, that all of the Traveler's elemental skills are heavily based on, inspired by, and even in some ways copying that that element's Archon, or in the case of Nuvi, that element's Sovereign.
Children can't help but imitate their role models. In the long run, that would only hinder his growth. Once Ajax has enough strength in his own right, I will allow us to meet again. Until then, let that motivate him to reach his full potential.
That was a calm and calculated answer. It's like she was talking about something entirely mundane. I don't know why, but I'm not buying it. She makes it sound like the decision has everything to do with Child and nothing to do with her. But what does she actually feel about it? The Abyss is completely silent. This domain must get lonely after a while. Not to mention, she said it's been hundreds of years since she arrived in Tevat, and even longer than that if you account for how slowly time passes in here.
Unlike you, I have no desire to establish a connection with the world. The weak and the lowly have no right to remember me. They're lucky they only have a few missing memories to show for it.
In all that time, she never established a connection with this world. Was it really because she looks down on the weak? I doubt she'd give me a straight answer if I asked. Besides, I already used up my 3 questions. She was happy to give me cold, hard facts, but I still feel like I haven't heard her true voice.
Wake up your companion. It's time to go. Oh, and everything I just told you. Best keep it a secret from her as well.
Dendo Traveler doesn't have anything in common with Nahita's abilities. That's true, actually.
Time to go. Oh, finally.
All devouring.
Just follow me. I'll open an abyssal rift close to the culprit's location. It will take us to where he's hiding.
You know, Skirk, before we do that, I have another idea. How about we go to a statue so I can heal myself? Okay, now we can go over here. Oh, another tragic backstory.
Bring it.
It really is like that, though. It really is, like Sertology, eliminated the human side of her, like the... Which is just all business and nothing else. Ooh, slime, leave me alone.
Wait, this is near the chasm, right?
I've got an astral babe to hang out with.
Yes. If we enter from here, we'll be able to reach that place from your dream. You have some experience with abyssal domains by now, but still, this is someone else's territory. Best to proceed with caution.
Don't worry, Paimon's an expert at hiding behind other people for safety.
Yeah, we know.
Oh, but, that means you need to stay safe, traveler.
I will. Let's teach this thief a lesson.
All right. Remember your training. Time to put it to use.
Oh, there it is. Ooh. I can take a picture of this portal, though. Oh, hello. This different angle actually kind of goes a little bit harder. Trial Skirk, Trial Connery. And Hydro Connery. Okay, 2000 attack, 79 by 130. That is a garbage crit damage though. Why do the people who build trial characters, why are they always so weirdly built? How much are you doing? Water jet indeed. Oh, her signature gives her 40% more cool. Go for it, Pie Man. Take a seat, Ether!
That's more like you overestimate. Mine to wield. Hey, what are you two doing? Dusty, like an abandoned house. Press on.
Interesting dialogues there. Strafe!
Oh, looks like this is a dead end. Did we make it to his hiding place? Ugh, this fog is making it impossible to see anything!
This should be the place where you were attacked, Traveler.
She's wearing her alternate leotard. Like, as if she's still in Serpent's state.
The missing part of your soul should be nearby. Can you sense where it is?
If I close my eyes and focus on the light that came from my wound back then, yes, I can sense something. It is nearby, but I can't tell the exact location. Nothing exact, but I know it's nearby.
Our opponent must have covered his tracks just in case. Otherwise, you should have sensed it much more strongly.
Hold on! Look! The spikes are back!
Stay calm. Let's hold back a little. Give our enemy some wiggle room so we can see what we're dealing with. If you're too reckless, we might be playing right into his hands. Our enemy took part of your soul for a reason. It's likely he integrated it into his attack somehow. If we're smart about this, we can track it down.
Ow! Oh, shit!
From the start, the attacks have been focused on me. Trying to break through my defenses? I see.
Oh! She tanked it like a champ.
There. I got it back.
Thank you. She's like, and now we're done here.
Traveler! Skirk! What happened? It looked like Skirk just got...
In the Guili Plains, you asked me why this enemy chose you as his target. Now, the answer is clear. It's not just the fact that your strength is impressive. It's also because of your ability to, as you put it, purify abyssal power. Whatever that actually means. The fact is, that ability allowed him to do something that should have been completely impossible. Namely, break through my defenses and steal my power.
Huh. You were his real target.
No. He couldn't have known I'd come to his domain. He only stole your soul fragment because he knew the value of its power. I doubt he expected it to come in handy so soon. Call it fate if you want. I believe that's the term they use in this world for arbitrary coincidences like this. In any case, it works to our advantage. Once I realized what he was using that power for, it gave me the chance to get back what you lost.
But you got hit, but it didn't seem to have phased her. Also, this is her getup she was wearing. Wait, this is her getup she was wearing when we first met her, isn't it?
I'll cope. Well, done gorging? Good. Time to answer some questions. How did you get the power of the all-devouring narwhal?
The all-devouring narwhal? Oh, of course! Paimon knew that spike thing looked familiar. It looks just like that narwhal's horn!
Honestly, when it first came through, in the very start of this quest, when it first came through the portal, I thought it was the narwhal.
I highly doubt you acquired that power through your own strength. Tell me I'm wrong. You're desperate enough to scour the land for god remains and whatever vestiges of power you can find. That alone proves you wouldn't be able to defeat a creature like that. Which leaves one possibility. You know my master, the Foul, Sertologi.
The Foul? Who dares call him foul?
What's wrong? Bit off more power than you can chew? You're struggling to hold a basic conversation.
Just a little longer. I'm still...
Look! It's back!
Those obsessed with power will let it devour them before abandoning their pursuit.
What should we do now?
Keep calm and use reason to decide the best course of action.
Skirk was stabbed by one of the spikes while retrieving the fragment of my soul. In the process, some of her power was stolen. The culprit is hiding somewhere beyond the fog. I have a good understanding of his attack pattern from the fight just now. If we pursue him, our chances of winning are high. But Skirk's breathing is weaker than usual. If we attack now, I can't guarantee her or Paimon's safety. It's a hard decision to make, but I think we should get out of here.
Wise decision. Final victory doesn't always come after a single battle. You've got your soul fragment back, so we both got what we came for. Let the enemy draw breath while he can. It won't be for long. Get us out of here, traveler. You'll need to lead the way this time.
Oh, okay! Ow! I'm leading the way, alright.
The wound is minor. It'll heal in no time. You should focus on getting out of here.
I'm just... Get away from me. Oh my gosh, those hillies got destroyed! Those poor hilly churls! Ah! Oh my gosh, that's cool.
Looks like this place is about to collapse.
It's as they say, Paimon, this place about to blow.
So, this guy's power has something to do with the all-devouring narwhal. Did you know that all along, Skirk?
I had my suspicions. That's why I decided to investigate in the first place. But
Gosh, I cut off dialogue.
Phew. Oh, I should be safe here, right?
Shit. Well,
I no longer sense his presence. Can't have followed us out of that abyssal domain. Weaklings like him will find that my power is not so easily controlled. He won't be leaving that place until he's managed to digest it.
the all-devouring narwhal. With its power, he even managed to steal from you of all people.
You seem surprised. I suppose that's fair. You've seen but a fraction of what that whale is capable of. That gaping maw could swallow a planet whole. It's called the all-devouring narwhal for a reason. Devouring is what it does best. It can extract power from anything, dead or alive, as long as it manages to make physical contact.
Yeah, when we had our run-in with that thing, Neverlet mentioned that it has an instinct to devour.
Your dragon friend recognized the nature of its abilities and used the power of Hydro to protect you. That worked because it was in a satiated state, so it was somewhat less aggressive than usual. It's a different story when it has no more power to feed off of. That's when its true voracious nature kicks in. It could devour everything on the planet in that state, which is why I cast it into that void space. But I hadn't counted on there being anyone left on this planet capable of wielding its power. To me, that says he must have encountered the whale a long time ago. Meaning, he must have known my master.
Yeah, hearing you say the foul definitely got a reaction out of him.
Exactly. It told me everything I needed to know. Hence why I said we both got what we came for. And I believe that brings our transaction to an end. Now that you're whole again, you can get back to your own journey. I'll handle the rest of this situation myself.
No way! We can't leave now! Something was stolen from you because of us. We have to help you get it back.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
But what if that monster finds you before you're all better? Plus, how are you gonna get home? It's not like you can just go swoosh and open a door to the abyss again. Not without your full strength. So, sticking with us for the time being doesn't sound so bad, does it?
I've got a teapot. Could climb in. We already did pull Skirk, by the way. It's not out of pity. You said I did. You said I don't want to be in your debt. Well, I still am.
Fair enough. Then take this.
What is it?
A bag of Mora. Nothing in this world is free. I know that much. I'll leave the planning to you. Hurry up and decide where to go. We shouldn't linger.
We should take Skirk somewhere she can rest. But where? Paimon gets the feeling Skirk wouldn't like being around a lot of people. Oh wait! Baizhu said we could rest in the back room of the pharmacy, didn't he? Let's head there!
Come on, Skirk, let's go to the back rooms. Wait, hang on. I have a barometer.
Next time, be sure to make
My shortness barometer. Anyone else use deers as their rulers?
witness my
He'll know something about Master. I'm sure of it. Next time, I need to be ready.
How's the shoulder?
Fine. It was just a scratch. It'll take time to recover my strength, of course. But adapting to situations like this is nothing new for me.
Your outfit looks different. Either paying attention to the real things in this quest.
Oh, this. It's a star crystal suit. Abyssal energy is scarce in Tevat. Wearing this helps me access it more freely. It stores concentrated abyssal energy that I can draw from on the go. When the energy runs out, it reverts back to its original form.
Interesting. Huh. Let's go.
Found somewhere to rest. Well, lead the way then.
Dr. Baizhu. Akun, thank you for the 9 months. Thank you. Thank you, Akun. Appreciate you. Happy to be here, and we are happy to have you always. Speaking of Baizhu.
You look much better, traveler. Should I take it that your health issues are resolved?
Your case was a tricky one. Seems slightly too early to celebrate.
Very true, Changsheng. Further observation is in order, I think. We haven't had many patients recently, so we have several vacant rooms. Feel free to stay a few more days if you need.
Awesome. Thanks.
I want a Changsheng plush. Like a travel pillow, but Changsheng.
This bag from Skirk has a ton of Mora in it. Does she have a job or something?
Does she have
Wait,
a job?
no. After what we saw at Wamin Restaurant, that seems impossible. Can you imagine? It would go something like, I'll be collecting my paycheck now, boss. Oh, sure thing. Wait, who are you? Have we met? Can't hold a job if you make everyone forget about you. So, what did you do to get all this Mora?
It's actually, it's also child's money.
Claimed some buried treasure, took care of a few monsters that were causing trouble. Nothing untoward. It's safe to use.
You heard all that?
A sonorous voice like yours is hard to miss. I wouldn't be surprised if the sound of it traveled to the nearest mountaintop.
She was walking up after Paimon was like, you heard all that? I thought this was her being like, hey, Paimon, you talk too loud, Paimon.
Hey.
Then, did you by chance happen to hear Paimon's little, joke earlier?
Of course she heard it.
You mean when you called me Frosty the Lavender Melon?
Guess he did. Paimon's whispering needs some work.
No, sorry. Paimon totally misspoke just now. She didn't say that at all. It was, a Paimon lookalike. Yeah, she's a piece of work, that one. Always impersonating Paimon and giving people weird nicknames. Okay, fine. The truth is, Paimon didn't like you all that much at the start, but things are different now. You helped the traveler in a big way, so what do you say? Friends?
I noticed there was only one bed. Go ahead and get some rest.
Chat, behave.
Wait, what about you?
I don't get tired, and I don't need rest. I'm going to practice my sword work. That should help me regain some strength.
What do you mean you don't get tired?
But your shoulder... Hey, don't just leave! Whatever. Let her tire herself out. She'll come back eventually. Let's get some sleep, traveler. That comfy bed is calling, Paimon.
Skirk is stubborn. Even if I tried to convince her to take it easy, I doubt she'd listen. It's been beaten out of her. It's literally been beaten out of her. Train until your bones crack. Paimon's right. Skirk will stop and take a break when she's tired. I hope. I should just get some sleep. Plan to frag her to bed. Frag out! Skirk? Of course she's acting like she didn't just get stabbed in the shoulder. Something seems off with her, though. She's not at her... She got stabbed, she's not at her full power, and she's trying to work through it like she normally did when she is at full power.
Quiet.
Who's she talking to? There's no... It is the voice in the back of her mind. It's like she has her own mirror me. It's like Sertology didn't beat every part of her old self out of her. And there's a part of her that's still... That's rough.
Do you even remember how many of us perished in that fire? How many bodies were left to rot on the scorched earth? Yet you alone live on.
Keep your gaze fixed on your blade. You don't deserve to rest.
Run, Skirk, run! Only death awaits us here. Keep running, and don't ever look back.
Right. In that dream I witnessed, Skirk was training alone, but there were disembodied voices talking to her. One of them mentioned a fire. I wonder what happened exactly. If only she could just talk to us.
Getting an early night's sleep is the best. That bed was so comfy. Wait, Skirk? Have you been sitting out here the whole night? The bed's all yours if you want it.
Recovered your strength yet?
About 60%. Maybe 70.
Whew! Paimon thought it would take at least a couple of days. That was fast.
Impressive considering she doesn't need energy recharge. Or actually, maybe that's why, because she does her own ER.
No, not fast enough. That's 20% less than last time. Same training regimen, same intensity. Nothing felt different, but somehow the outcome fell short.
Maybe it's because of the spike that stabbed you?
No, I think the problem's with me. I need to meditate for the next 2 days. Deep introspection should help me find the issue.
Ooh, sounds intense. We'll watch over you in the meantime, then.
Thanks. See you in 2 days.
What's her idle animation?
Skirk is still meditating, huh? It's been 2 days already. Shouldn't she be awake by now?
Maybe it's not going too well.
Paimon can't think of anything we can do to help. Oh, wait! Breakfast! That's it! Paimon will go get breakfast! Skirk is gonna be starving when she wakes up. Be right back.
Skirk looks so serene, almost like she really is asleep. Hi! What are you doing here? This place feels familiar, but where am I exactly? These are towering cliffs, withered trees, and a strange river flowing from the horizon all the way here, but it's broken up several times along the way, with a waterfall at each breakpoint. On closer inspection, the color of the water is changing. The closer I get to the lower portion, the darker it becomes. Almost as if... Did you bring me here? That must mean that this is...
That's right. This is Skirk's inner world. Think of it as the threshold between the soul and dreams. This isn't your first time here, but what you remember is probably a space covered in darkness. I only managed to illuminate a small portion for you back then.
This is Kid Skirk's voice as well, isn't it? So you can speak.
Actually, it's my first time talking to someone like this. I only managed to break free and bring you here because the injury weakened her power. I guess that's why I can speak again, too. Call it fate, if you want. I think that's the word they use in this world for lucky coincidences like this, right?
Word for word, what adult Skirk said.
Now, before I take you to her, I gotta ask. You're the first outside visitor to ever come here, so what's your impression of this place?
What's that river?
Oh, you noticed. This river represents Skirk's strength. Strength accumulates over time. It is the summation of a person's lived experience. So this river is where all the fragments of Skirk's life should converge into a single stream of memories and emotions, flowing forward as one. But, as you can see, this river has been severed numerous times. It's because Skirk doesn't like who she was in the past, when all she sees reflected in the river is a disgraceful shadow of who she was. She cuts through water and rock with the sword of reason, severs her connection with the past, and begins anew.
What a beautiful and brutal, what a beautiful and sad way to visualize that. That reminds me of something.
You must learn to shut out all the pointless emotion. Crush the self that makes you weak, and become master over your physical form.
This isn't my first taste of failure or losing power. When you fall, you get back up again and become stronger. That's how it is.
I see. So it was Sertology who taught Skirk to replace all emotion with reason. And since then, it's been a constant process of abandoning, refuting, and erasing her past self. Suppose that's the secret to her strength. And strength, crazy power, but at what cost? But it's such a sad thing to think about. What has she been through? Why does it have to be this way?
The answer to one mystery invites another question, I see. Let's follow the river upstream. There among the cliffs, among the memories etched into her heart, lies the truth of it all. Soon, you'll understand everything.
We have a different trail as we're traversing Skirk's domain. That's literally just like the same thing that we used to traverse Ankanomiya, but now it has the little triangular shards. This looks like a coastline. Huh. I recognize the drawing on the sand. Wait, isn't that the picture I drew for Paimon? Why is it showing up in Skirk's memories? This is from the very beginning of the game. The first frame we see in Genshin Impact are these two stars falling from the sky, which is Traveler and Abyss Twin, and then the cube lady with her cubes. This is the beach on Mondstadt as well. That's the Forbidden Island.
I've always thought that, even when falling leaves don't come from the same tree, they can still form bonds of kinship when they meet. Like meteors, you both made a journey through the stars. both travelers who have landed on a planet that is not your home. Yet, when she first noticed your presence, although she hesitated for a moment, she still chose to walk away, indifferent as ever.
Why? What a crazy thought that is. That way back, for you day one players, it was 5 years ago that you experienced this for the first time. That way back in Mondstadt, that technically Skirk had seen us then there, saw our drawing. She still chose to walk away. Why? If I think about it, it's not surprising at all. After what happened at Wanmin Restaurant, it's obvious she prefers to disappear from other people's lives. She hasn't seen Child in years either. I doubt she's ever made a connection with this world of her own volition. What I'm seeing now is a microcosm of her entire life.
Seems like you've answered your own question. Skirk sees herself as a trespasser in this world. She's made a conscious choice to avoid altering its path. But the reason for that decision stems from events much earlier on in her life. Let's keep going. It's still a long way to the source of the river.
Ooh, we could walk on this water too. Okay, I was seeing if I could take a picture in here.
You now have what it takes to wield immense power. From this day forth, I shall teach you no more. No one can become a worthy warrior through imitation alone. I have given you fangs and claws. Now, you must learn to hunt.
You wish me to travel the world beyond on my own, Master?
Indeed. Make new friends. Embark on your own journey. And piece together a new future from the shattered remnants of your past. We will still have contact through the abyss. But know this. One day, I will take the life you worked so hard to rebuild and reduce it to ashes. Just like the fire that haunts your mind.
Is this not... This is who we fight inside the narwhal. It even has a narwhal drop in its chest. Or rather, he has it in his chest.
Why would you do that?
I have told you before. Fear is the catalyst for human evolution. You have tasted loss. You have known fear, so deep it can be felt in the bones. But as living beings, we all have an instinct to detach from that which harms us. And thus pain dampens over time. And the acrid taste of fear becomes but a distant memory. Yet now, I have bestowed upon you the gift of fear eternal. It will drown you in the nightmare of your childhood. Or it shall drive you to defeat me, whatever the cost.
Huh. Figure next to Skirk looks familiar. I saw the same figure during the battle against the all-devouring narwhal.
That is what Skirk's master, the foul, Sertologi, looked like at one point in time.
So we can change form?
Of course. As a higher being, physical form is a triviality to him. He could appear as a beast, a human, or even a monster that defies description. The form you see him in here, clad in abyssal armor, is the one he usually wears when traveling through the stars.
I used to think Sertologi and Skirk were just master and disciple, like Skirk and Child. Now I see why Skirk chose to distance herself from humanity. Sertologi told her to put roots down here, while at the same time threatening to destroy whatever life she managed to create.
For certain reasons, I need to bridge the power gap between me and my master as quickly as possible. But first, I need to understand the source of his strength. To do that, I need to follow in his footsteps, walk the path he once walked, and somewhere along the way, I'll find out how to defeat him. That is my sole focus and purpose.
So that's what she meant. But I still don't understand why Sertologi would do that. From what he said, I didn't pick up on a conflict between them.
I'll let you in on a little secret. The real Sertologi is terrifying. The scope of his power is impossible to understand until you experience it firsthand. It is absolute. The power to crush all things. Shall we keep going? Let's see. We're about halfway there.
That's fucking awful. What the hell? What? Foul, you could say. Oh my gosh. This must be Skirk when she was a kid.
We've made it quite a ways already. This is Skirk, when she first began training under Sertologi.
She's like 5.
I have set your broken wrist. Tomorrow, you're to train twice as hard. No tears this time. Good. Attempting to garner sympathy through tears is a habit of the weak. A pitiful, useless ploy.
Can I ask a question, Master? Why did you save me?
The dust and embers effect is very nice. I hope you can see that coming through in the, not the embers coming out of this, that too, but there's like an ember and like dust floating across the screen that's very, very nice to look at. This does not look like the same game from 1.0.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
I saved you because I have a plan for you. It has been too long since I fought a battle that demanded my full strength.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I hunger for it. Every so-called genius and prodigy I have faced has crumbled like sand underfoot. Before me, even fate bends the knee.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's the reason? It's because he just wants to Goku cosplay? Just wants to get to a better fight?
So, I will teach you everything I know. Train you by whatever means necessary. In the hope that one day, you might surprise me.
But I don't want to draw my sword against you, Master.
What you want matters little. Among the boundless sea of stars, the cries of the weak are but faint murmurs that disappear into the void. You of all people know that well.
Yes, Master.
From that day forward, all she knew was grueling training, emptiness, and fatigue. After some time, her talent bloomed, and she gained control over her emotions, like her master. How should I put it? It was not that human emotion disappeared from her heart, but that reason came to dictate all she was allowed to feel. I suppose it was at this point that she became the Skirk you know today.
So Sertologi saved Skirk from a disaster when she was a child, and never even tried to hide his ulterior motive. I suppose that leaves one final mystery. What really happened with the disaster back then? Sertologi's final words to Skirk were cold and cruel, but Skirk's reaction made it seem like it was a truth that she knew all too well. I have a feeling it all comes back to what happened back then.
We're nearly there. I almost don't want to reach the end. Well, shall we? This is the final stretch.
This is as good of a time as any to I need to use the restroom real quick, and I'll be right back. How come all my favorite characters have some awful backstory? Like Beto's town was destroyed, and Arlecchino with the balefire in her veins, Navia's entire life. BRB. Oops, not that. Wait up, wait up. I'm on the way.
These are Skirk's happiest memories. What a simple and carefree time it was. Wisps of clouds dotted the sky. The sun bathed everything in golden light. And when song filled the air, not even the shyest of flowers could resist swaying along.
She's got like Paimon hair.
This is Skirk's homeland. She was so curious about everything as a child, always skipping school to go exploring instead. There was so much to discover. The treasures at the bottom of the sea, the secrets beyond the stars, and that merchant ship packed with adults wearing those strange clothes. Yes, the ship. That was the beginning of the end. It was a spaceship. When it arrived, the people that disembarked wore smiles on their faces and spoke of friendship. They claimed to be merchants from a neighboring planet, looking to establish trade.
Damn, there you go. I wonder if it's just coy, fun Easter eggs, or if there will be a canon connection to other Hoyo universes. It would seem to make so much sense. Because you could take it in one of two directions. You could say like, oh, these are fun little Easter eggs. That, you know, they're the same they're the same company, so they're fun little Easter eggs. You know, like haha, remember, like, and stuff like that. But you could also take it in the direction of, because alternate realities, alternate dimensions, alternate realms, and space travel is confirmed, it would be such an easy step to connect the two together.
Skirk's parents, her relatives, her neighbors, everyone welcomed the newcomers with open arms and allowed them to explore the planet. To them, the visitors were guests and should be treated with hospitality. No one had any idea of what was to come. Several months later, an army of unknown origin arrived without warning and carried out a ruthless campaign to destroy everything and everyone on the planet. Skirk had skipped school that day, like so many times before, so she was not caught in the immediate wave of destruction. But when she came home that day, only fire and ruin awaited her.
Why does this look like she's got like a wing? Like she's got a single wing on her.
Countless people cried out to her for help. People she knew and loved. Friends and relatives. The little girl who lived next door. The shop owner with the bad leg. The bad-tempered teacher she had made fun of just that morning. Their lives were discarded like worthless trash as the fire consumed one life after another. Skirk was helpless. All she could do was run. And so she did. She kept running until an unexpected figure crossed her path. If Sertology hadn't been there in that moment, the fire would have claimed her life too. And there she would have remained, left to rot in the scorched earth, with no answer as to why any of this was happening.
Why did those people destroy her homeland?
Because she and her people were seen as a threat.
A threat?
As the initial merchant ship explored the planet, they discovered that it hadn't always had the condition to support life. Yet there was evidence of human activity, even during the periods of extreme heat or cold in the past. Further research revealed that, over time, the people of this planet had evolved the ability to adapt to any type of environment or energy source. For that reason, the outsiders viewed them as a potential threat, and decided to eliminate them before the threat could rear its head. And so, the army was called, and the so-called danger was wiped from the face of the planet.
So to answer your question, either no, they didn't do shit.
Senseless, isn't it? Deemed a threat because of a gift they didn't even know they had. Perhaps it was their own innocence and kindness that doomed them. But in the end, that was lost to the blaze as well. If those with power get to decide good and evil, then all you can trust in is the sword in your hand. And so, before death could claim her, she ran. She ran and never stopped.
Now I see why Sword Allergy's threat is such a terrifying prospect for her. You know, it bears a very loose resemblance to Arlecchino's backstory. That she's likely, maybe not the last, but definitely one of the last descendants of the Crimson Moon dynasty. I mean, I have the strong suspicion that Caterpillar is a descendant because of the charring on his limbs. But Skirk is definitely the last of her planet.
No one wants to relive their most painful moments. Well, that brings us to the end of the story. This is as far as we can go. Skirk is waiting over there. For both of us.
Is she?
Let's go to her. It's time to fulfill my purpose. And my greatest wish over all these years.
So all this, just so you could bring him here.
I have things to say to you. Well, to me. I want someone to witness our reconciliation, even if it takes an argument to get there. And he is the best choice in this moment.
Then you must be.
Her suppressed emotional self. The version of herself she keeps locked in the recesses of her mind, stifled by reason. All those rejected impulses, those discarded aspects of your past selves, they are a part of me now. I am who you used to be. Someone you have refused to face for too long. So, I came to face you instead.
You're wrong. I've faced you all along. And that's exactly why I keep you locked here. Your existence makes me weak. Moments of joy and longing are when we are most vulnerable.
That is almost similar to... Maybe not really. I was about to say A in the Shogun, but...
Don't forget, it was a penchant for goodness over reason that doomed our homeland in the first place. The vastness of the universe renders everything insignificant. Our feelings most of all.
Even so, learning from the mistakes of the past doesn't have to mean erasing everything. Strip yourself of your so-called weaknesses, emotions like kindness and empathy, and what makes you any different from the ruthless soldiers who slaughtered our people?
The difference is that I'm doing what is right, what is necessary. I allow you to exist, but with limited freedom. That is the greatest kindness I can offer. I've shouldered everything you couldn't carry. I rose above the numbness and emptiness, and it was cold, unfeeling reason that brought me this far. It made me who I am. It made me strong.
That is the problem. I want to shoulder those things together. On the grand scale of the entire universe, maybe our feelings are vanishingly small, but why should that mean they don't matter? Emotion gives warmth to the cold expanse of space. It gives meaning to the world around us. Think back to those nights of gazing at the stars, those afternoons of exploring the unknown. Think back, and let them grant you peace. A brief respite from the pressure you put on yourself.
That isn't what we need.
Exactly what we need. Aren't you curious about why recovering your strength has taken longer than normal this time?
That visual was powerful that she used. It was like her using her power to encase this form in ice, but that form could break through her own power. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, Skirk is strong, but the only thing that she's not, the only thing that's stronger than her is this side of herself.
Finally, you get to the important part. That is the only answer I came here to find.
Then look around. Look at your inner world. You cast aside your dreams and curiosity, and in doing so, you lost your original motivation. You severed all connection to who you used to be, so you can no longer draw strength from your past. Now, the only things driving you forward are fear and survivor's guilt. But these cannot take you far enough. And so, this river, the source of your strength, grows more polluted by the day.
And do you think that means I should seek help from a weak little thing like you?
Your emotional self isn't weak. The fact that she transcended time and broke free from her constraints to come and face you, that proves it.
Thank you for saying that. I knew bringing you here would be the right choice. To be honest, I'm not here to argue with you. This isn't about who's right or wrong. And in fact, I agree that in order to make it through the wake of that tragedy, we had to distance ourselves from the pain through reason over emotion. But what is right at one point in time isn't always right forever. I know you will never forget that fire. I know the fact that you were the sole survivor fills you with guilt. And I know that among the voices that haunt you, mine is there too. Because deep down, you know that you didn't turn out to be the person you wanted to be. All those unfulfilled hopes are like knives to the heart. And I don't want you to hurt anymore. So even if you can't accept me, I hope, at least, that you can let go.
I keep thinking, maybe it would be better if I had died. I wouldn't be haunted by that fire all the time. I wouldn't have to go on like this.
Your dad and I, we're not afraid to stare death in the face, but we need you to survive.
I'm sick of being a kid. There's so many amazing things out there. And I'm ready to see them all.
I remember. There was a song Mom and Dad always sang when we went out to fetch water. Dancing water. The sand along your path is begging for your song and movement. Will you carry this burden with you on your journey? I am not the dancing water, and you are not the burdensome sand. But if this is your wish, then I will carry you with me until the end.
Thank you.
I should be thanking you.
Run, Skirk, run! Remember, leave no one alive!
Heed my words, Skirk. Let fear take root in your soul.
Did you survive? Why was it only you?
Skirk, did you become a positive light in this world?
Hey, this doesn't have to be the end. as a gift. Don't let darkness claim it.
Brightened and connected the waters.
So, you saw my memories then. I once asked my master if survival of the strongest was the law of the universe. He said no. But in a world without order, those with no moral boundaries tend to be the ones who survive.
That isn't true strength. Power is not a substitute for doing what's right.
That's why, after hearing his answer, an idea came to mind. An idea that, one day, I would create a new world order. One in which there would never be another tragedy like that fire. One in which power was not the law of the land. But that means I must defeat him. Because my master, Sertologi, is, at the core, a defier of all rules and order.
Sounds like you have your work cut out for you.
Yes. And not just because of the gap in our abilities, but also because I have no reason to see him as an enemy. Although his decision to train me was not made out of kindness, he did everything a master should. He saved my life, taught me the sword and the principles of strength. And for that, I respect him.
But he intends to face you in battle one day.
I know. And it's not something I want. But Master never goes back on his word. I have to treat everything he says as a promise. He's no longer into that, but he sends me messages through the abyss every now and then. Most of them are simple greetings, or an answer to one of my questions. Every time I hear from him, my heart skips a beat. And I wonder if this is the moment where he'll finally appear before me and tear down everything I've built to pieces. Maybe that means I do live in eternal fear, just like he said. Yes, I respect him, but I'm also afraid of him. And for that reason, the pursuit of strength consumes every moment of my life. I don't know what Master has planned, but I have to be ready.
If he does attack you one day, I'll help you.
Help me? Why? This isn't your fight.
None of this is really either's fight. He's not from here. Like, none of the wars and battles that none of it directly all of the things that we've done throughout the course from Mondstadt to Natlan has been in the pursuit of trying to find his sister. But at the end of the day, it's not his fight. He helps because that's who he is. He helps because he wants to help. Because if we want to build the world we both want to see, everyone has to be willing to fight for it. If we all do our part, we can make the entire universe a kinder place. Oh, but I'm in a special domain. Oh, you know what I can do though? I could put him in front of her slightly. That's pretty good, actually. That's even better. He's more concealed. Leave together. I thought I could talk to her. Skirk gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do. Should I leave?
Oh, you're finally awake! Honestly, Paimon was gone for like 2 seconds and then she comes back and finds you both unconscious? Oh, you scared Paimon half to death! You're both okay, right?
What does it look like?
Looks like your strength is back.
Only water from the source can cleanse the rot and filth that flows from the past into the future. I taught you to incorporate the experiences from your journey into how you fight. I suppose what happened today will become an inseparable part of who I am.
Okay, so Paimon feels like she's missing some important context. But whatever. Paimon brought back tons of delicious snacks. Let's dig in.
The three of you enjoy the snacks.
All right. It's about time we finished what we started.
We're gonna deal with this thief for good, right?
Let's show them what we're made of.
This time, I'm not going to tell you to hold back. But having digested even more power in the meantime, he's going to be tougher than before. The good news is, we have no reason to pull our punches this time. So, let's go. Same place as last time.
That is a wing. But it's not that it's a wing. That's the part of her. That's the emotional part of her. That's the not Seelie. Hey, stand still. Huh. What beautiful music in this quest, too. And hence the tale. Return to the place near the chasm. I will. Man, this quest is good. As if Genshin quests miss frequently, but... Yelan inspecting the chasms, just like, the hell is that up there on the ridge?
The fog is gone.
Welcome.
Wait, isn't that the form the all-devouring narwhal changed into? How come he knows that, too?
That is Skirk's master.
Really? So, you're telling Paimon that giant whale and this guy can both turn into the fowl? How does that work?
It's a subconscious instinct. Any intelligent being who longs for his level of strength is bound to mimic his appearance. It's a natural response after encountering someone as powerful as Master. To them, he represents ultimate power. We know the person before us has encountered Master, and we know he stole a portion of my power. So it's not surprising that he would assume this form.
Okay. Oh, The closer Paimon looks, the more intimidating it gets. Nervalette isn't here this time, so it's up to us. He won't have the nerve to steal again after we're done with him. Let's teach this guy a lesson.
Well, the good news is I'm resonated with Hydro. So we have nothing to worry about. Oh, her skill burst is on cooldown right now. Blam bam blam. Ow. What an epic battlefield too. Not this. Watch out!
Haven't had enough of my power.
Oh, get bubbled!
Well then, let's see how much more of this power you can handle.
Assist. Holy crap, that was beautiful.
Well, have you come to your senses?
You saw that my body was at its limit. So, you deliberately channeled your power into me, knowing that it would destroy my shell from within. Such power, such keen battle instincts. So you must be...
Skirk, Sertologi's disciple.
How long has it been? How long has he been away from Tevat?
Hundreds of years.
Hundreds? Sorry, it's a lot to take in. I should introduce myself. I am Skofnungar, a friend of your master and one of his followers.
Skofnungar? Skofnung was the name of a sword that was used by a legendary Danish king, Hrolf Kraki, and was referenced and used as a boss in God of War Ragnarok. It was Danish, right? It was a Danish king. But Skofnung was the name of his sword that was imbued with the war cries of his 12 berserkers.
This is the first time I've heard your name, Skirk. But hundreds of years ago, I knew you existed. And I knew you would come here.
Hundreds of years ago?
Sounds like you and Master have quite the history. Care to tell us about it?
Of course. Might as well take advantage of a clear head while I can. The story starts a long, long time ago. I was born into a noble family in Conria. As the eldest son, I was set to inherit our title. But I contracted an incurable illness as a child, and everyone gave up on me. I trained the sword harder than anyone else, defeated all of my peers. But it was all in vain. When other people looked at me, all I saw in their eyes was pity or a strange glee in my misfortune. Even my parents were just waiting for me to die. Over time, my heart hardened, and I became aimless. That was the point where I met your master, Sir Taloji. We were similar in age, but different in background. He was born in prison, the son of criminals who had been sentenced to death. He spent his childhood wandering the streets, facing more criticism than the literary works in the Universitas Magistrorum. Yet, he always wore a smile on his face, as if kindness and malice were one and the same, and he could not see the difference. I still remember what he said to me when we first met. You need to fight to survive. Even if it's a losing battle, it should light a fire under you. How can you sit back like this and go down without a fight?
That does sound like something he would say.
He was the first to acknowledge that I was worth something, and he inspired me to keep going. When we sparred together, it was the first time I'd actually felt the thrill of combat. When I was 10, he stole forbidden research materials and managed to cure my illness. It was like there was nothing in this world he couldn't accomplish. When it came to the human form, he was always intent on pushing the boundaries of possibility. But somewhere along the way, I fell behind. My talents were nothing compared to his, and at some point, I realized he had pulled so far ahead, I was too embarrassed to even ask him to spar. After his grand endeavor was successful, he sought me out and said to me,
"This planet no longer holds anything of interest to me, so I'm leaving. But first, I have an offer. I can use a power I have just refined to break the curse of immortality for you. Your death was once what we worked so hard to prevent. But the immortality you now face is a different kind of pain altogether."
I'll pass. Immortality doesn't sound so bad to me. Since I can't die, it means I have an infinite amount of time to get stronger. Maybe I'll finally catch up to you one day, and we can spar like we used to.
Are you sure? I cannot say when I will return. Your body, or rather, your soul, might not be able to withstand this curse.
All I can do is try. After all, a wise man once told me, people need to fight for their own survival.
Wise indeed. Nevertheless, if you grow weary of the pain of immortality and wish to experience a good sparring match before you wither away, seek out my disciple.
Disciple? Never thought I'd hear that word coming from you.
Nor I. But Vedifenir said I was destined to find a disciple out there in the universe and bring her to Tibet.
Vedifenir. He looks like a Gundam. He reminds me of a Gundam. He reminds me of one of the Gundams that's on my desk, actually.
You know as well as I, Vedifenir's prophecies are never wrong.
Well, now I'm curious about who this disciple of yours will be.
All Vedifenir said was that one day, the stars shall bow in her honor.
Sounds pretty impressive.
Of course. Only the most outstanding people would have the right to become my disciple.
Still self-assured as ever, I see. But you're not wrong.
I'll be leaving then. Oh, and if you are serious about getting stronger, I left you a little gift in the primordial sea. As I've said before, walk whatever path you want. Freedom means even the wicked get to make their own choices.
Waiting for me in the primordial sea was the all-devouring narwhal, already beaten into submission by Sertologi. In its weakened state, I was able to cut off part of its flesh and sew it into my own heart.
Damn.
Your heart? That sounds like torture. How did you even survive that?
I'm built different. Vedifenir is Dainsleif's brother. We met, and the center we met with Clothar Abric. I did not remember that. But thank you for reminding me. Stuff that I've forgotten. And also, Yuri, you mentioned it a while ago that Caterpillar is clearly not from the Crimson Moon Dynasty. I guess I didn't understand. I need to go back and refresh my memory of there was just so much to consume in the Narzisenkreuz. But that's a big one that I should have comprehended at the time.
Because, of course, I bear the curse of immortality.
So, you used the curse to turn yourself into a vessel for power. Even with that whale's ability, devouring power like that is not something the human body can withstand. With your body and soul constantly at the breaking point, it was the curse of immortality that sustained you. But that is not the path to strength. You have to pour your heart into it, work for it, dream of it. Instead, you stole something that didn't belong to you, and it backfired.
You're right. I should have known better, but I had already pushed myself to my limits, and he was still miles ahead of me. So I had to take a leap of faith. I miss your master. I miss the days when we were all together, troublemakers without a home. I don't regret the choice I made. But if you'll allow it, I do want to apologize. To both of you.
After the beating we just gave you, I think we can call it even.
You're an interesting one as well. Sertologi's disciple. That's a lot to live up to. It can't have been an easy experience. I know what he's like. He rules with an iron fist, using despair and fear to force you to catch up to him, all the while standing ever out of reach. We're like mountain climbers in the dark, never knowing how much higher we have to climb, or when we will see the sun again.
True. But I made up my mind long ago. No matter how dark it gets, I will not give in to despair. I will overcome it. Besides, After hearing your story, I suspect what Master really wants is not a battle that demands his full strength, but rather a defeat without regrets.
Oh?
Since you're his friend, you must have some things in common. The first time we came here, when you stabbed me through the fog and stole my power, I felt no emotion coming from that spike. But when you had to devote all your strength fighting me just now, I could feel joy and passion emanating from your blade. It was the joy of a researcher discovering the truth of the world, the joy of an artist uncovering a temple of wonders.
Interesting. I'm certain I didn't express those emotions outright. Yet you were able to read them from my blade, like a glimpse into my inner world. You're right. That battle brought me an unbridled sense of joy, and my defeat brings me no regret whatsoever.
Exactly. I think Master also craves a battle like that. One where his opponent forces him to use all his strength, unlock the extent of his potential, and transcend his own limits. A battle to end all battles. After which, all can come to an end, including, perhaps, his life. For that very reason, good and evil are meaningless to him. He has one purpose, one goal: to complete himself. It's one of the secrets to his strength.
Perhaps you're right. Perhaps that is his goal. What a battle that would be. Oh, to witness such a...
Are you okay?
Too many different kinds of power are surging through my body. The curse of immortality allows it all to coexist.
Ugh.
But it does not remove the pain.
Ugh.
I won't be able to hold on to my sanity for much longer. What a shame. I would have loved to witness that battle. Sir Delogi once offered to free me from this curse. Now, I must ask that of you, Skirk. Can you release me from the pain?
I can, but not through death, if that's what you were hoping for. It's not a suitable punishment for your crime. As an alternative, I can take your consciousness, along with all the power you've consumed, and smash it to pieces. The impurities will dissipate, and under the curse of immortality, your mind and body will regenerate. When that process is complete, you will be back to who you were before, no longer tortured by powers you can't control.
Weird.
But it will be a time-consuming and painful process. The decision is yours to make.
I accept. And who knows? Perhaps I'll wake up in time to witness your great battle with Sir Delogi. I have faith that you'll be able to stand against him one day. Though I know it'll be a long and arduous road. If we are climbers in the dark, it appears the dawn has finally broken for me. But your ascent continues. At least, it looks like you are not alone on your journey.
I will reach the top of this mountain, no matter what it takes. And you, Skofnunger, will be my witness at the end of all things.
That's finally over. Let's get out of here. Huh! At least we don't have to make a mad dash for the exit like last time.
Oh, the luxurious chest thing is still on the way. On today's episode of Picks That Go Hard. You thought I was gonna leave without the chest, didn't you? Skirk stares and gazes into the distant sky. There's nothing else to do here. Should I leave?
Been a few days, but it feels like forever. Once again, we've proved there's nothing we can't overcome. We're just that awesome.
Didn't even break a sweat.
Wow, you sound even more confident than usual. Guess you really have become stronger.
Of course, I was Hydro Traveler for the entirety of this quest.
Today sure went by fast. It's night already. Oh wait, that reminds Paimon. The stars you mentioned. The ones that died out? Are they back now?
Yes. The power Skafnungur stole has been returned. So, the stars have regained their light.
Great! Huh, it's crazy that you even noticed their light was gone. There are so many stars in the sky. If a few disappeared, Paimon definitely wouldn't be able to tell.
I suppose it's because I have gazed upon this sky for centuries. The false stars, hanging in the meticulously planned sky, glittering with rotten light. It's not real. And yet, it is for that very reason that I can look upon it and enjoy the momentary peace it brings.
It's beautiful, I agree.
Even the most beautiful of bubbles has to burst. We will return to the real universe one day, whether of our own volition or not.
Oh, that gets me so hyped, dude.
Time marches ever forward. Even the innocent and naive will taste life's bitterness. Yet through hardship, we grow until we learn to seize the sands of time for ourselves and uncover our true strength. Though we gaze upon a false sky, its vastness and majesty is palpable. One can only wonder, what is it going to take for kindness to reign supreme in the vast expanse of the universe?
Ugh, this is all going over Paimon's head. But if she knows one thing, it's that the Traveler always finds a way. Ever since we met, he has filled Paimon's days with happiness. No matter how tough things get, he always finds a way to make it better. If it's too big a job for one person, then we'll do it with two. And if two's still not enough, then three.
And if three's not enough, then we will summon every hero we've met alongside our journey in Teyvat. And we will tear Celestia down from the skies.
We've met so many amazing friends and accomplished so many amazing things. As long as we don't give up, we can make any wish come true.
I suppose when it comes to you, anything is possible. Well, I should be going. Now that my power is no longer isolated from my emotions, I need more practice to get used to it.
When will we meet again?
I suppose fate will decide. Maybe we'll bump into each other on the street. Or maybe we'll reunite on a different planet entirely. Regardless, reunions and partings are but passing moments. More than anything, I hope that at the end of this journey, wherever it takes us, we stand in a world reborn. One without war, pain, or forced partings. One where new life can bloom, even where there was once nothing but scorched earth. For this, we must all work to become stronger.
Of course, Master.
If that's what you want to call me, I won't object. Goodbye.
Bye! Is it just Paimon, or is she being nicer than before? We definitely count as friends after all that, don't you think? Hey, what do you think about camping here tonight? There's nothing quite like sleeping under the stars. Come tomorrow, we can continue our journey. Oh, And since Paimon treated you to that super nice meal at Wanmin Restaurant, it's about time you returned the favor.
Oh, what a beautiful quest. Dream Mirror training review as well. Well, we got a bunch of stuff. Training review. After completing Skirk's rigorous training, you and she compiled a summary of your experiences, documenting your relentless efforts and her grueling trials. Though the training has ended, revisiting these records can still yield invaluable insights. Huh. Interesting. Dream Mirror Remnant. An abyss crystal, a gift from Skirk to you. When worn, it can be used in your sleep to dream mirror with her. To find the culprit, Skirk infiltrated your dreams, while you witness the memories deep within her heart. Use this crystal once more to revisit certain scenes of what happened back then. Aww. What scenery awaits far above the sky, atwixt the universe? Flames consume the nest, the hatchlings unable to fly. Flesh and matter reduced to ash. Broken limbs, a shattered frame. The stars shine dimly as sorrow and joy are ground away. Fledgling wings by cobwebs ever bound. A new journey forged in the shadows of the past. Those who were lost and those now far from home. Do they share a common solitude? Hey. One of these days I'll play my guitar on stream. Oh my word. What an awesome quest. I got something for the teapot? And it's an indoor furnishing. Sprints into the teapot. Hi Yoi, hi Navia. Yay! My corner of... Oh my gosh, this thing's really pretty too. I can't put it on the table. No, I can't. My corner of cute shit that all my friends gave me. It's moments like this that it's moments like the moments in this story quest that turn games from games into experiences. What can I put here? We have a lot of hangouts to do. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that one's already down here. And then us drinking is behind the bar. Because of course it is. There have been mild updates to the teapot since the last time you saw it. I think really that's about it. Here, let's head back into, not Mondstadt, let's head back into Teyvat. Oh. I loved that. Thank you for reminding me, otherwise I would have forgotten. We should grab resources for her as well at some point soon. I put Skirk up top here actually. Ascend! Woo! Here to 50, and then how far can we go? We can get her to 60, bro! Also got me a standard wish along with that. Need 8 of those and need a bunch of those. Now, your greeting voice line.
I am Skirk, disciple of Sirtologi, the Foul. You've proven your strength to me along your journey, and earned the right to speak to me as an equal. Now, let me witness how your fate unfolds.
I'm also curious. She doesn't have any spoilery lines in her teapot interactions, does she? She shouldn't, because there was nothing referencing, like, Notlan AQ stuff in her story quest. Boss is in an interlude area, but the flowers are near a volcano. Yoi is down here. Ro, take a break. Where's the Skirk, ma'am? Hello, Skirk. I am Skirk.
This place has some similarities with the Abyss. A fully independent realm, separated from the outside world. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to stay a while. Make sure you leave plenty of open space for me to use. That way, I won't run the risk of damaging the landscape or buildings during my sword practice.
How do you like it here?
I can't quite get used to it. The level of abyssal energy in Tavad is quite low, but here it's even lower still. Makes it hard for me to replenish the energy lost from training. Of course, it's well within my abilities to connect this place directly to the abyss, but I'm sure you'd rather keep things peaceful and quiet here.
Yeah, please don't do that, Skirk. Is there anything we can do?
No need to worry. Spending some time here isn't without its benefits. I'll just treat it as a rehearsal.
Rehearsal for what?
We don't always get to pick where we fight our battles. Sometimes we have to fight in conditions that don't suit us. In a similar vein, Master once told me that we can't rely on one form of power forever. If losing one source of power reduces you to a helpless heap, then you never deserved that power to begin with.
Calling me out for only using Arlecchino to solve every problem.
This place may slowly drain the abyssal power from my body, but in exchange, I can hone my swordsmanship in a purer form. In that sense, it benefits me. So, despite not being used to it, I'm quite happy to stay here a while longer.
What a Kratos mindset. She's like, I'm weak here. Good.
I suppose.
Morning.
Morning. If you have some free time today, come over and train with me.
It doesn't matter, she says.
I suppose.
Good night.
I can see the fatigue in your face. Go get some rest.
Hello, Kiwoo. All right. We've been going for almost 4 hours. I did not expect this stream to go this long. Also, I love that. I didn't realize that I'd unlocked that song. I didn't realize that I'd gotten that Spin Crystal, the Vorokasha Oasis song. I think that one specifically is Sarusha's Purity. And I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have this song that I can use. Yay! Okay. I'm sure they're not super long, and it would kind of make sense to end this stream with it, but I'm gonna have to go. I didn't realize I didn't realize I'd gone this long. So why don't we start tomorrow's stream with that? What is next on our Natlan questing? Is it more the interlude? Oh, the interlude is next. Dope. So we'll be doing that tomorrow. We can start off tomorrow with the stuff, you know what I mean? We can start tomorrow off with Skirk's trailer and animation, all that kind of stuff, and then we'll hop into the interlude, which should be pretty good. So I'll see you all tomorrow. For those of you who were not here for it, I am working on an edited project. And I'll tease this again. You know how I mentioned a while back that it makes sense why we don't, but it'd be cool if we did have end credits per region. That would be pretty cool if I made basically an Avengers Endgame style video of that. However, I'm struggling finding the signatures of some of the VAs. So if you guys can help me out, I'll post in the Discord which signatures I would like to obtain. And I'm making a cool little fan video. And I think because I'm using, I don't know. Anyways, more updates on that later. So, see you all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by. And we'll continue and reconvene tomorrow at 3:30 Pacific Daylight Time. Be good to each other. Love you lots. Thanks again. Appreciate you. Drink water. Thanks again. Bye-bye.